Hey, I'm just starting a short video of, I guess, my garden and stuff. This is a new area that I'm going to be utilizing this year. It's part of my uncle's backyard, and so he's got this old raised bed that has probably a couple of years worth of composted material in it and a pecan. And then I'm not quite sure what I'm going to probably put here. Maybe squash and something to climb the fence in the back. And then this area I'm planning on putting in some potatoes. I'm trying the old hay method, but I wasn't happy with the depth of it, so I added a bunch of lawn clippings. So we'll see how that goes. And then these are all my girls. Chick, chick, chicks. Chick, chick, chicks. And there's Fabio, our rooster. He's been doing a good job. I'm thinking about letting whoever wants to be broody hatch some chicks a little later on this year. And so now we'll go through the yard. And I have toddlers and dogs, so excuse all the 500 million toys and whatever else kind of messes in here. Go across their nasty muddy backyard. It's too much shade to grow grass, and we have dogs and children that just destroy it anyway, so there we go. And then this is the garden proper, so to speak. It's at its very, very bare stages on this nasty, drizzly, not quite cold February day. And then I've been collecting these pecans from our trees, which I barter with my feed store for chicken feed. And then, so I have containers. I did strawberries in these last year that did really, really well. So I'm going to do 2 containers in the exact same spot this year. And then these are some kind of bulbs that I bought last year, and I have no idea what they are. And as you can see, the squirrels have been using it for a lunch table. The good thing is they weed out the bad pecans. I have some wild gathered blackberry plants that I put in this pot, and most of them look like they're doing pretty well. That one looks a little rough, and that one looks a little rough. I think that one's actually grown quite a bit. I think this container might be holding a little bit too much water. And then here's my pig. It's one of my favorite garden ornaments. His ear broke. I gotta figure out how to fix it. I'm thinking a masonry bit and a piece of wire or nail or something, along with some Gorilla Glue or something like that to try to stick the ear back on. And then over here I have a couple of raised beds. These are all made from reclaimed materials. And my little garden carpet here, because we have very sticky black clay in South San Antonio. And then I have this little raised bed here. And my garden at the moment on this end's a little bit of a mess, because we were doing some remodeling on the house last year and didn't really have any place to put these windows. I wanted to use them as a greenhouse, but they are very flexible, and so I've lost a lot of panes of glass out of them because they move, and the glass is probably 60 plus years old, and so it's been breaking fairly easily. So this is kind of like the junk corner. And our neighbor has a fig tree right here, which is awesome, except for he didn't put on very many figs last year for some reason. But anyways, this is the bare bone start of it. I'm planning on possibly putting a couple of more raised beds down at this end this year. All this little scraggly stuff is just chicken feed that I threw out and let grow, so the chickens that have some nice green grass to graze on. And then we're planning on probably trimming back some of these trees because they block all my freaking light, and so nothing wants to grow over here because there's too much shade. And then that's the neighbor's pecan tree that makes a lot of shade in the summertime when it's fully leafed out, and I can't really do a whole lot about that. I think maybe if I could get them to trim that one limb that comes over our fence line, that would be nice. But I don't think it'd make much difference for the rest of it way up there. Anyway, I guess this is the beginning of my 2019 spring garden. I'm about to utilize an old 3rd grade science class trick and use some milk jugs as mini greenhouses and put them in a window, since my window greenhouse doesn't look like it's gonna come to fruition in the time I need it to. Our final frost date this year is March the 5th. I usually wait to do most of my planting over the spring break, which is usually about the 15th, 12th to the 15th of March down here in San Antonio. And but I think I'm going to go ahead and try to start some stuff in my little milk jug greenhouses and see what happens, and maybe it'll work and maybe it won't, but we'll see. All right, thank y'all.